So today we're doing another question and answer, but this question and answer is just going to be about the National Federation of the Blind. I get a lot of questions concerning, my involvement with the NFB and why I am so involved, and so we're just going to dig up the questions that are just NFB related. So, Erin, take us away.
Yes, ma'am. All right. So how did you first learn about the National Federation of the Blind?
So it's kind of funny because when I first went blind, the first time, right when I first went blind, I went blind twice, but whatever. So when I went blind,
You were lucky enough.
yeah, my first vocational rehab counselor, so they're supposed to be the people that help transition you and to find, to be able to get training and learn to use accessible equipment and things like that. She was pretty much a nightmare, and she told me about the NFB and told me never to join the NFB. And then it wasn't until I went out to the Colorado Center for the Blind to get training that I didn't even realize that the CCB was part of the NFB. And I went to my first chapter meeting. I got into Colorado on Wednesday, March 18th, and I went to my first meeting that Saturday, and I really just loved it. I was helping out with breakfast, and I met a bunch of different people, and everybody seemed so just excited and happy, and so I joined that day, 2009.
Nice. Mm-hmm. So was there a person or a group that influenced you most in deciding to become involved?
Well, I would say definitely the Colorado Center for the Blind for me is what influenced me to become involved because, it's an NFB training center, and while you're in training there, they talk all the time about the philosophy of blindness, that it's really just an inconvenience and that it doesn't have to change your life. You can still be who you are. And I really started to encompass that through my training and understood that and realized that joining the NFB was going to allow me to give that to other people, to give back.
Nice. I guess not considering meetings or whatever, what was your first event with the National Federation?
So I think my first event with NFB of Colorado was when we went to the day at the Capitol. So every state has their issues that they want to bring attention to their local government. The whole affiliate goes to their local Capitol building and they meet with their legislators and stuff. And so it was this nasty, terrible blizzard, and I just was new to cane travel. I'm training for 2 weeks, and we go to the Capitol, and I'm so irritated. And if I cry, I'm sorry, because every time I talk about the story, I start to get emotional.
Aww.
So I know. Okay. I composed myself. And so we all went in to sit, what's that? Into the chamber? Yeah. What do we call that, David? When we go in and we watch?
Gallery.
Where?
The viewing gallery.
Yeah, we went to the viewing gallery to watch the roll call of all the senators and everything, where we were on the House side. And everybody was sitting there, and it was so crowded, and it was so cool anyway to be there and stand up and pledge the flag in our Capitol building and everything. But then this is when I get upset again. Brent Batron, who is our youth director at the center, told us all to put our canes up on our shoulders, and it seems so silly.
Oh God, no! I'm getting a little emotional because I know what
And to be proud to be blind, and it was the first time I ever felt that. I was oh my God, I'm actually proud to be blind. This is weird. But it was really moving for me, to have that experience, to be there and not to feel ashamed of my cane, and not to feel ashamed that I was blind, and to be with other blind people that I could relate to. So that was a really big turning point for me, and wanting to be not just a member of the NFB, but to really want to be involved with the NFB. And then when I went to my first national convention, July 2009 in Detroit, I met lawyers and these amazing professionals, and got to hear, Dr. Maurer, and learn more about the history, about, Dr. Jernigan and Dr. Tenbrook, and all these people that didn't have the same opportunities that we did.
How do you think that being a member of the NFB there has helped you?
I just can't even put into words. I am a totally different person than I was before I had the NFB in my life. I am so independent and so active and so involved in anything that I want to do, I do. I don't even think about it. Like if I want to, anything, if I want to travel somewhere, I don't think about it. I just book my tickets and go through the airport and get on a plane. And every little thing I would do before that, I got NFB training and became involved in the NFB was a thought, like, am I going to be able to do this? Can I do this? And I don't think that way anymore. Like, it's just not even a thought. It's just that I just do whatever I want. And that's such a freeing, amazing feeling. And a lot of blind people they have no idea, what the benefits that they're receiving from the work of the NFB. Mm-hmm.
Like the Comcast box, right? Isn't that something that you guys worked on?
Target's accessible website. Like things that just are so taken for granted by people that can see, and then blind people that have no idea that this website you wouldn't have been able to use before.
Mm-hmm. Good job on that, by the way. So, what would you say to someone who's thinking about joining the National Federation of the Blind?
I would say that, definitely you want to check out a local chapter meeting. You can easily find all the local presidents' contact information. You can contact, the national office and go to a chapter meeting, go to a few chapter meetings. Because at first it might feel overwhelming and intimidating, like anytime, that you're meeting a new group of people and you may not know anybody, but it's going to be a welcoming environment. And then to also find a division once you're in the NFB. So the division is kind of like a special interest group. So it could be, sports and recreation or performing arts.
Writing is one.
Guide dog division, writers division, exactly. Find something that you already have an interest in and then join a division, because then you're going to meet other blind people that have the same interests as you. So you can really build core friendships and meet people that have been in for a while and meet leaders that you can look up to. For me now, I'm president of our Colorado Division of Sports and Recreation. And for me to have this division and to be a part of it, it motivates me so much. Like, it's my passion of what I'm interested in. So it's just another way for me to give back to other blind people to help them to be educated.
All right. Well, anything else that you'd want to share with us about that, or?
I just would say overall, like, I can't really express, and I don't know that I can express fully in words, like, how the National Federation of the Blind changed my life. Like, again, I start to get emotional about it because it's been so incredible for me, and I know that there's other people out there that don't know about the NFB yet, that are they're missing out on such a great opportunity and such a life-changing thing. So find your local chapter and get involved. There is also at-large meetings. So if you're in like a little small town that doesn't have a group that meets, they conference call. And that's another way to get involved. And then again, starting your division and making sure to get to your state. Oh my gosh, I'm like
convention.
Yeah. Making sure to get to your state convention, trying to get to your national convention. There's even scholarships to apply for to get to national convention. There are scholarships for college. The NFB has so much to offer.
All right. Well, thank you.
All right. Thanks, everybody, for watching.
Bye.